Mo Salah versus Luis Suárez. Who perhaps is the most loved by Liverpool fans? I mean, interesting, loads of people have been getting in touch already by text and tweeting. This is from True, who says, both Salah and Luis Suárez are loved by Liverpool fans uniquely. No reason to choose between them. Fair enough. Maybe you don't have to choose, but we're asking you to choose perhaps this morning. So let's ask David, who's rung up to have his say. Morning to you, David.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
We're all great. Thank you very much. So the question is, you're a Liverpool fan, I presume. So Suárez or Salah, who are you going for?
Both of them. We'd be unstoppable.
You can't have both. That's the point.
It does my head in, to be honest. I don't think that text you've just had, there's no need to choose between the two of them. You look at when Suárez first came in and Liverpool had just lost Torres, and I think a lot of the fans thought, this is it, now we might go downhill a little bit. We're selling our best players to teams that were doing better at the time. We signed Carroll, who was a flop, and Suárez, the signing of Suárez went under the radar, and then he just turned into a world beater, and he was although we had Gerrard in that side, he was the only other real world-class player we had, so he stuck out a lot. In the side we've got at the moment, obviously there's world-class players in every position you look at. So we're lucky in that sense. So I think Salah doesn't stick out as much as Suárez did. But they're both unbelievable. There's no need to choose between the two.
I mean, it's interesting because it was Peter Crouch that probably started this little debate, and he was saying that Liverpool fans do hold Suárez in higher esteem than Salah right now. Is that what you think the consensus would be from Liverpool fans, David?
I think when they've both finished their careers, Salah has got to be the number one. And then I'd have Crouchy at number 2 and Suárez at number 3.
You're kidding us with Crouch at number 2, David. David, come on. You know, we're not having that. Suárez would be number 2.
I think that's why Crouch is coming out with it, David. I think because obviously he's got an affiliation with Suárez, he played with him. I think that's where he gets that fondness for Suárez. But I think when you look at the numbers, I think what you say, I think Mo Salah will be regarded as the best. But both players, what's the point in choosing? Both players were absolutely superb for the club.
Because we want people to choose. That's why we're asking. That's what we're doing right now, Trevor. But interestingly, Trevor raised the point a little bit earlier on as well about the fact that there are these contract negotiations going on with Salah. Do you feel that Liverpool right now as a club are in a much stronger position than they would have been back in the day when Suárez was there and then he left?
Sure, because Suárez was drawn away by arguably a bigger club that now probably couldn't sign him and had to release him, Barcelona, because of the challenges that they have. What we're dealing in this particular argument about is fact over sentiment. If you look at the facts, Mohamed Salah will be revered and loved more by Liverpool fans posthumously because he will have received more things. But if you look at sentiment, then people, like the last caller, it's absolutely probably nailed it, which is at that time they didn't have an embarrassment of riches. They do now, to some extent, have an embarrassment of riches, whether it's the goalkeeper, whether it's the centre-back, whether it's the other forward players, whether Mane falls into that category as well. So they've got this embarrassment of riches, which probably dilutes the focus. But I think if you ask most Liverpool fans, they'll look at it and say, we have our heroes from the present and the past, whether Kevin Keegan was your hero or Kenny Dalglish was the replacement to it. There'll always be that argument. But fact will always trump sentiment. And the fact is, Mohamed Salah is part of a title-winning side that no one else has been part of in the last 30 years or in existence as a Premier League, and has scored more goals quicker than the other people that we're talking about. So he will come out on top. But whether that emotion currently is towards a player that at a particular time was probably more influential because Liverpool weren't where they are now.
And I think with fans,
it's a debate, isn't it?
I think with fans as well, you just touched on it there, emotion and football not actually being a pure science. Because there can be certain things at a particular goal, a reaction to a goal, fighting back to win a ball and scoring an amazing goal. These things come into play. So it's not all about numbers when it comes to fans and their appreciation of certain players.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.